local government, right? What is within your control, just focus on that. And as long as that is going well, you can figure out how to navigate the border systems that are at play, right? Because for me, there is never a good reason to die twice. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. This is Eric Ganabakweku. I'm excited to do this video. I hope it's helpful to more than one person who watches. For those of you who are new here, my name is Eric. I call myself Ganabakweku on YouTube. I was born in Ghana, but now I live in the US. And I'm currently building a space, in Ghana that bridges, my existence in the US and hopefully transition to Ghana. So I'm building a project for that. Recently, someone asked me how, Donald Trump being elected president again, influences my decisions on this building process. And I know it's an important question. So I've thought about this some. I give the person an answer, but I figured it probably will be good for others to hear. I don't know if my perspective matters a whole lot, but I think hopefully at least one person gains something from this. Once again, this is my perspective, right? And I think while external politics matters, I believe the most important foundation, right, we can build starts at home, right? With our households, our personal choices, and what I deem our local government, right? If you're building, the importance of the foundation, right? If your foundation is not great, it doesn't matter how many good roads lead to your place, right? If your house is crumbling, it doesn't matter, how many fewer potholes there are, right? How close to the airport you are. All of those things don't matter, right? So, let's try to see if I can unpack this a little bit. And I'll start with the foundation part, right? I like to think of, like I said, I like to think of my household as my local government, right? Whether you are a citizen, you are a permanent resident, or you are navigating other legal situations to become documented, the strength of your household, determines how well you can respond to whomever is in the White House, right? This means focusing on what you can control, right? For example, do you have a financial plan, right? Are you budgeting well? It's difficult sometimes to do, but you have to stick to it. You have to have a financial plan. It doesn't only have to be, a month-to-month plan. It has to be short-term and both short-term and long-term. Do you have, if you have a long-term plan, that means you have some goals set, right? So you have to set goals for what you see yourself or where you see yourself, in the future. And another thing is, after looking through all of that, you have to ask yourself whether your preparedness, right, can withstand whatever external circumstances come up, right? It could be not necessarily White House, right? It could be, God forbid, your health, and you might not be able to work for a certain period, right? All of these things factor in, which is why I think the local government, right, how you keep your household is more important. That's your foundation, and it's more important than anything else external. At this point, I want to acknowledge that, I know that everybody's circumstances are different. Some of us may be dealing with, more challenging, immigration battles. Some might be concerned about their status. Others might be concerned about financial challenges, right? All of these things are there. Like every single one of these is real. and I know that they can feel overwhelming, regardless of which one it is. My approach in this video isn't, to minimize any of these struggles. What I'm trying to do is to empower all of us to focus on what we can control, right? What is within your control is the only thing you can. What is in front of you is what you can deal with, right? And if we focus on that, then based on that, we can navigate, the broader systems that come into play. So somebody might ask, and then like this is the part that the question comes in. How does this apply to my building project in Ghana, or for all of us, right? And I believe, like I said earlier, if you're budgeting and you're planning, you made a plan at the beginning of the year for what the rest of the year will look like. Who's coming into the White House doesn't matter, right? Just stick to your plan, right? For my project personally, I'm planning every single step of the way. How much money I sent for each part of the project, how I buy things from China, when I can ship them to Ghana, and all of that, right? I also, think about this, sometimes I think about the White House, but I think more about, politics in Ghana than I do here, because at the end of the day, in the US, I believe the Constitution is stronger to withstand, any leadership that might not do things right. Ghana's government is, or Ghana's political environment is still in its infancy. So the wrong person, right, can set the country back a lot more. So when it comes to, that part, I'm more worried about Ghana than I am here. Regardless of who is in the White House, we know Constitution is going to do its work. Hopefully that's the same case in Ghana as well. Another thing that I try to do is I try to stay flexible. When times are uncertain, you have to flex yourself. The idea is, if I don't know what is going on, if there's turmoil in Ghana right now, I'm not putting money into the building, right? I'll pause, right? Similarly, if there's turmoil here, I might speed up the Ghana process, right? The building process. These are just some things that you have to think about. You got to be flexible, right? When times are uncertain, you have to be planned for changes, right? That could come, right? When there's a new administration and they tilt a certain way, hopefully you are, nimble enough because of your pre-planning to, sway the other way, right? So you don't get affected too much. Another thing that I'm considering here is, like for me, back to the local government thing. I want this to be, the takeaway here. Whether it is Trump, Biden, or someone else, no matter who the president is, right? No matter who the president is, no other human being can define or can determine what you can achieve, right? Apart from you, no one else should have bigger sway on what you can achieve, right? And if you are doing everything within your power to be good in your quote unquote local government, then it doesn't matter who's anywhere else, right? It doesn't matter, your neighbors. It doesn't matter who's governor. It doesn't matter who's president. Take care of yourself, focus on that, and everything else, will fall into place. I believe that, we have the power, right? Going back to the building analogy, if your foundation is great, the storms will come and go, and your house will still be strong, and you'll still be, standing. Bring that perspective to yourself. As long as you fortified yourself well, storms will come and go. It might shake you a little bit, but you will not be building, you'll not be rebuilding, you might be renovating, right? So let's think about it that way. And I'll say, no matter your journey, no matter your legal status, your personal foundation is your greatest asset, man. Um, let us focus on, building strong, resilient households, right? Your household, if it is strong, it can withstand any storm that comes. With that said, what does your what does your personal foundation look like? Because I'm pretty sure there are different perspectives on this topic than what I've put out here. If yours, differs from mine, maybe it'll be good to encourage other people. And if you're willing to do that, feel free to add that in the comment section below, so we can we can get encouraged by each other, right? How we're facing these quote unquote uncertain times. I believe we need to step away a little bit from soaking in all the fear mongering, but rather stay tunnel vision on your plan, right? Don't get distracted, man. Don't get distracted by anything that is going on, White House, Jubilee House, wherever. Stay focused on your track, right? If this resonated with you, please don't forget to, hit the like button, comment, toggle on post notifications, share with someone else who might need, some little pep talk. Together we can create, the lives we want, individually want to achieve, build the legacies we want to leave behind, and we can continue to thrive regardless of who's in the White House, right? I strongly believe this, man. There is no need to be afraid. Why? Because local government, right? What is within your control? Just focus on that, and as long as that is going well, you can figure out how to navigate the border systems that are at play, right? Because for me, there is never a good reason to die twice. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Stay focused on your business, stay focused on your journey, stay focused on your plan, and let the White House be the White House.